I hope my screen is visible. Right. Okay. So this is a slide that we use. Okay. This is a slide that we usually have on a monthly basis, and this gives a snapshot of what we are thinking of picking up. The reds are the things, the items that we want to pick up. The oranges are what we are working on right now, and the green is what went live last month. One of the primary goals, as I'd been mentioning in the past months, is to improve the ease of self-service, which essentially means the ability to design an Avni MIS by somebody who's completely outside the Avni ecosystem, somebody who wants to just come and pick up. We've continuously been trying to improve that, and there are a few things that have been marked in there. The automatic self-service reports, which essentially is like a bunch of reports which automatically get generated whenever somebody designs a form, is very close to completion. We are hoping it to go live next month. There are some technical stuff that we keep doing. One of the things that we actually got released was the Java upgrade, which went live, I think, a couple of weeks ago. In general, it's not really a big deal in the sense that it's a version upgrade from Java 8 to Java 21, and we had to do it because Java 8 was going on end of life in this year, in 2026. However, one of the other things we noticed is that there is also something that we've had like a consistent problem is with the web-based data entry app and the ability to run rules on them fast. The rules, specifically depending on how they've been written and how your data structure is, could have can get much slower depending on that data. And the new upgrade actually gives us ways to fix it, which is what I've mentioned next: the improved rule execution when using browser-based data entry applications. And this essentially will get the web application much more in par with what we have on the uh, Android application. There were a few small things that we did to enable the existing projects. So these are requests that are coming in from projects. There are some work around getting more server validations done better, some around the API for to be able to communicate with Glyphic better. And we've also, I mean, this one might be useful as where we wanted to do growth charts for any program and not right now a single program for every organization. So you could now have growth charts for multiple organizations. That's a work in progress right now. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you a demo by next month. We spoke last month about the infra upgrades that we want that we were planning. That is done. Right now, we are running at I think twice or 4x the capacity that we were running in January. So hopefully that should have shown up in some of the performance. That should show up in some performance improvements. We've been seeing, at least on the server side, that things are faster. But do let us know if you see anything perceivable on the device on your side. On the ecosystem side, just two main things. January 23rd and 24th, we had our annual AVNI Conference. This is something that keeps happening every January, and we had quite a lot of participation from our existing NGOs. Close to 18 AVNI NGOs participated this time, and there were a few people also from the ecosystem side. It was very insightful, and it was like a knowledge sharing session, both for our NGOs as well as us. So we had quite a lot of knowledge sharing, quite a lot of talking, discussion. This happened on January 23rd and 24th in Mahabalipuram. And quickly, I think just the day before the budget, we had the economic survey and the work done by A.T. Chandra Foundation. We've been working with A.T. Chandra Foundation for the past 5-6 years now, rejuvenating water bodies, and it found a mention in the economic survey. We are all super happy and pumped up to actually start the new year with this. This was one of the highlights, at least from our perspective, in the last month. And that kind of rounds up our product updates as well as the ecosystem updates. The next will be what the primary part of this uh, discussion. So we have today Shantanu Bhaumik and Ramesh Sahu from Azim Premji Foundation. Azim Premji Foundation obviously has been working with children and malnutrition in the state of Odisha for quite a long time. And I think since 2015 and since 2022, one of their programs has been using AVNI extensively. I'll let Shantanu and Ramesh talk more about the program and the details and stuff like that. But let me first introduce Shantanu Bhaumik is the program manager at the Community Nutrition Project. Shantanu takes care of strategy building, planning, and execution of the project through their field level partners. Ramesh Sahu is also a program manager, and Ramesh oversees the implementation monitoring and handholding support of partners under the community nutrition program. He ensures effective community engagement, technology integration, and targeted interventions in maternal and child health nutrition to combat malnutrition. With that, I will stop talking and I'll let Shantanu take over the stage. Shantanu, it's all yours.
Before going into the portion of this Odisha nutrition, especially this community nutrition part, I would like to give you a very brief overview about what Azim Premji Foundation is doing in Odisha, especially in the nutrition part. So Azim Premji Foundation started in Odisha in the year of 2015, as Vinay was mentioning. And after that, we had a MOU with the government of Odisha, especially with the Women and Child Development Department. And we worked with WCD and also we worked with SC/ST department. We worked with Panchayati Raj department. And also we worked a little bit in the field area with the health department also. So basically, we were looking after we were working with the government of Odisha to reduce the undernutrition rate of Odisha, especially because that time it was only National Family Health Survey 3 data was available, and now we are having National Family Health Survey data 5. It is now available, and hopefully in a few months, in which is 6 will also come. So our thing was mainly with the partner. We were doing partnership with our partners in different part of Odisha, and we wish to take this project ahead. Like just to name few of the projects, like our creche project, we started with our one partner in southern Odisha in 5 districts. Then we worked with the Odisha Livelihood Mission for the nutrition sensitive part, like the Nutri Garden thing. Even with the SC/ST department, we worked with their nutrition project. Apart from all this, so after working all this area in 2020, when the COVID came, and we also simultaneously we were facilitating government of Odisha, especially the WCD and SC/ST department, for building the nutrition strategy and working working in the nutrition field. So after that, COVID came, and COVID gave us a kind of opportunity to work closely with the community directly. That when with our partner, and we started in the first COVID, we did the. As you all know, we did the humanitarian ground, and then the COVID-2, we also helped government health department mainly in the COVID vaccination part. So that actually gave us the opportunity to look very closely to the underserved and the hard to reach areas of some blocks. And then we formulated this strategy. Our team and from our learning from our partner, we formulated this strategy of this community nutrition program where we are right now. So before going into detail that why we will work in nutrition, so The first thing is that from the conceptual part of this, if you see the Heckman curve also, the return on investment is most when we invest in the early childhood, like your below 3 years children, even if we can start from the maternal part. So that will give us the highest economic impact in the later years, rather than work with the elderly children. So in foundation also we took that strategy, and someone, Jyotirmohi, if you can mute. So we took that strategy that the first few years of life, I will come to that in the next slide. So the main thing was that if we work in the maternal stage, like before, during pregnancy, and also during childbirth and after childbirth for say around 3 years, then it will give us the most kind of return in the coming years. So from this we and also, like I was telling about I was talking about first 1,000 days life. I think you know, but those who are new to this field, just for them, it is from conception to child whose age is 2 years. Like conception is 270 days, and first 2 years is 730 days, 365 into 2. So if you add these 270 and 730, so this is the first 1,000 days of life. And the most impact will happen here. Even in the right hand side in the graph also, you can see this is a data from our National Family Health Survey data. So this is also showing that if we focus on the first 1,000 days of life, in that area, the malnutrition, or sorry, the undernutrition is happening most. So that is the first window of opportunity where we can work more. We should work more, and after 2 years, the graph is becoming a kind of a plateau. So whatever we wanted to do, so we wanted to do during this period, this first 1,000 days of life. Even from the brain development part also, if you see that till 2 years, the synapse formation is the maximum. Even the brain development is happening maximum. Even in field, we found some areas that, okay, even in our daily life, we find that, okay, let the children be bigger, then we'll put them in good school, give them good teacher. But the brain development is happening within 2 years. So that is also proved. So both from the mental part, that the brain development part, growth in the brain development part, and also in the physical part. So in both the way, this first 1,000 days, very, very important. In foundation strategy, what we are doing, like you know, in Anganwadi center, especially for the spot feeding, children are going from 3 years. So if we take first 2 years of children, then the children between 2 to 3 years are left behind. They will not get any care. So in our foundation strategy, we call it first 1,365 days. We are just adding another year till 3 years. So this is the first 1,365 days of life where the foundation strategy is mainly working, be it in community nutrition, be it in our new CRESH program. In everywhere we are looking after this. So what is our approach? This is a kind of a 3-pillar approach that we are moving. One is the maternal nutrition, that what I told during the pregnancy. So we should take care of the pregnant woman, both the nutrition part and the health part. Sorry. The second part is the child nutrition. After the child born till the child is at 3 years of age, we emphasize mainly 2 years. And the third one is the nutrition governance. Those who will run this program, like one is our partner organization, but also the major important part is by the government frontline workers like ASHA, Anganwadi, ANMs, ICDS supervisors. So this is kind of a 3-pillar program where we are looking after maternal nutrition, child nutrition, and also nutrition governance. We are also looking after the entitlement part, because in these 3 years, in this first 1365 days, lot of entitlement like take-home ration, like your maternal cash benefit, conditional cash benefit. So these things are happening. So if these things are not in proper place, this project might get a kind of a setback. So in this our project, we are also working together with the government to ensure the entitlements. So let me tell you what we are not doing here. Just to give you an idea, we are not duplicating any government service. We are strengthening the government service. That is number one. Like, we are not giving any medicine, we are not giving any food, but we are strengthening whatever government strategy, whatever government service is there. So working with them mainly for the hard to reach areas, the underserved areas, and strengthen the service. So at the end of the day, so our motto is that the government service should be streamlined. So to do all this vast work, we need to take the help of digital technology. So from day one, like what Binoy was mentioning, we have started using this AVNI software, and I must say that during this last 2.5 years, our partner has learned a lot of things from the field. We have learned a lot of things, and the team from AVNI Foundation, they have also learned a lot of things, because this thing is in a evolving stage. Still, it is evolving. So we were always discussing with them, and they were very kind enough to accept majority of our requests that to build in their system. So it is a kind of a learning curve that this organizations, our partner organizations, AVNI Foundation and both our foundation, we are in that path only. So from this, I'm just pointed out some of the things that what we can like monitor, or we can see the progress from this app. Like, as I said, that we are working closely with the health and ICDS officials, so we can see that how the government program is running, whether the government services are being delivered or not. If not, then what action should we, what kind of discussion should we take? So this is kind of a data-driven decision, data-driven discussion we can have with the government counterpart. Similarly, some of the government programs that I have mentioned here, that community-based management of acute malnutrition, village health and sanitation day, ICDS growth monitoring. So everything is inbuilt in this software. So we can see how many children are receiving this CMAM program, then how many children have gone to VHS, and there's a lot of data points are there. Even the last point is that your entitlement part, that also we can know, and accordingly we'll talk to the relevant government department to fulfill that entitlement. Like, if it is from health, like Jan Raksha Yojana, we'll talk to health department. If it is a Mamta scheme, like conditional cash transfer, we'll talk to ICDS. So the point that I want to make here, that this is a complete data-driven management system, data-driven decision level system that we are following in through this AVNI software. So our journey was like that, very short. As I told, that we have worked with department, and we learned from PAN Odisha, like I was talking about, this SCST, ICDS, Panchayat department. So that was a learning curve, and we wanted to see how the needle is changing at the grassroots level. Like in the National Family Health Survey, we can see kind of a thing that what is happening at the district level, what is happening at the state level. But what should I do at the block level, or at the sub-block level, or at the village level to move middle? So we learned all these things, and also during COVID, as I told. And we conducted a SAM study also. SAM means severe acute malnutrition, the very low weight for height children. And we saw why those children are fallen into SAM. So one thing I just wanted to say, that children will always give a kind of an indication that there will be a growth falter kind of a thing. So they will not come one day from normal to severe. So it's a gradual process. So that is how we learned. And by this time, like the MIS AVNI came, and now we are into the second phase of the program. We have a very good kind of a community resource person or community force at the ground level, like Poshan Sathi. We call them Poshan Sathi. This woman is working in one woman for 2 to 3 villages. 4 to 5 villages. So one woman is working in that, and they are local women. These 3 to 4 villages that they are looking after, they're all local women. They're not so educated. Maybe this is their first job, but they know the area, they know the community, they know what the community can do. And community also understands their voice, their language. So they are there. Above them, Poshan supervisor are there. They are looking after 5 to 6 Poshan Sathis. You're covering 20 to 25 villages. And after that, a trained kind of an ANM team is there, comprised of 3 ANMs. So they are looking after 5 to 6 gram panchayats. They are called quick response team. They have a vehicle. So if there is anything problem, so the child can be referred to the nearest health facility, or a woman is required to go for an iron sucrose shot. So they can travel with that particular patient, and they will do this thing at the CSC or PSC or whatever with the level, or even the NRC, Nutrition Rehabilitation Center. So this is kind of an end-to-end service. And it is we are discussing with the local block also. So this QRT is not a kind of a parallel thing. Wherever government vehicle can come, they will take. If they cannot come, then this QRT vehicle will go. So that the health access, service access can be available for the this community. So I'm not going into detail. These are the various data points, like from tracking of every pregnant woman, take-home ration, VHSND activities. So these all these data points are captured by those Poshan Sathis, those community persons who are there in the community. So I just wanted to say this software or this AVNI is so easy to operate also, so that our community resource person, they can also do this kind of data entry at the block, at the village level. So we are also tracking all children, 0 to 5 years children, all children in those 4 blocks. In these 4 blocks, we are tracking all the pregnant women. We are tracking. So be it a normal pregnant woman, be it a high-risk pregnant woman, we are tracking. And you can get all the data from this software, from this dashboard also. Inaccessible hamlets. So we have a separate page called inaccessible hamlets. So how many people are from there? Like a normal pregnant woman is there, but due to the geographical location, that pregnant woman has become a kind of a high risk, because vehicle cannot go there. She cannot avail the service. So she is somehow a kind of a geographically high-risk pregnant woman, or geographically high-risk children. So we also monitor that, we also check that, and we also discuss with the government. So coming back to the what kind of services, what kind of thing we are doing creches in those areas. Now we have started creches also. Foundation has started. So out of these 4 blocks, in 3 blocks, Foundation has started creches. In 1 block, already government of Odisha creches are going on. There are Magriho, like the institutional delivery, when the pregnant woman is going for an institutional delivery. So there is a kind of a maternity waiting home kind of a thing, so that the pregnant woman come from the hard to reach areas and stay for 1 day or 3 days as per their expected date of delivery, and they can move to the delivery point. then community management, as I told, then iron sucrose and NRC. Role of technology, how vast is that, we were doing? So we are approximately 300 users in these 4 blocks. Till date, we have covered 79,000 children in all these 4 blocks. 22,000 pregnant women, and we are covering 2.5 lakh population. I think it is now more than 2.5 lakh. And this priority home visits, it is coming in the AVNI app. So the supervisor or the other staffs or those who are the users, they can see in which home they have to go. So this priority home visits is happening through this software. The software is a very good, unique solution of offline entry, because in many of the areas network is not available. So they have to do an offline entry, and when they come to an online area, network area, they will upload this data. So this offline benefit is there in this thing, and that really helped us. Understanding the Deva, we can from this data, we can understand the cohort, like from pregnancy to the childbirth, and how the child is moving, how their growth pattern is moving. We can see from this data also. And as I mentioned, this helps us in data-driven decision making. From this thing, we are also getting data in CSV format, so it will help us to do the customized kind of analysis. So this option is also there. And right now we are also we have also included the growth filter, like growth filter 1, growth filter 2. Now we have started USG facilitation. So all of these are being captured by this AVNI software, and it is showing us the data, and also it helps us to do the priority visit. It helps us to take the decision. It helps us to do the analysis. So what is our immediate outcome? If I say that yearly, we are roughly covered 36,000 children in 0 to 6 years, 0 to 5 years age group. Yearly 7,100 new pregnant women is being added to this program. We are covering like that SAM children, 100% SAM children coverage that we are right now giving. And as I was telling, this is possible due to that priority home visit and this thing. And 25% home visit is done by the program manager. So it is not only the community level worker or the field level worker, the management, the higher management is also involved in this. And as a result of this, we could see the 2x jump in the, like example, in the measurement efficiency, growth measurement efficiency. Earlier in some block, it was 48%. Now it has gone up to 98%. So this kind of efficiency, even in the government data, we are also seeing that, even in this thing. So this is some early outcomes that we are getting, because to get the exact outcome of this project, we have to wait another 3 to 4 years to see how things are moving. But these are all encouraging things that we are getting. We could reach to this number of children and pregnant women. This is also some number that I was talking about the IYCF, infant and young child feeding, the dietary practices, the counseling we are providing. From this, whatever the number, this thing we are getting from AVNI software, and also the high risk pregnancy. That is also important, because that is directly affecting our goal. So almost 3,800 high risk pregnant women were catered through the counseling, through discussion at the VHSND, or through discussion at the PSC or CSC. From all these things, that what we learned till in the first 1.5 years, now we have come to our phase 2. I'm not going into details. So that also helped us in designing our phase 2 part. And our main objective in phase 2 is that catch them early, as I was telling, that when the child is in the moderate phase. So we will start our work from there, even in the child in the normal phase, but having a growth filter 2, we'll start our work from there, so that we can minimize the child which will come to the severe stage. Similarly, for the pregnant woman, as per our strategy, we are going by the first 1365 days. So two things we have added here in our phase 2 strategy. One is the creches that from foundation we are doing, and also we are saturating our hamlet based feeding program in those blocks, also with the entitlement part. So I am stopping here. So I'm like my colleague Ramesh is there, and also Vinay. So we are ready to take your questions.
Before the questions, Shantanu, what I would also actually want to say just a bit about
Yeah, sorry,
on the
sorry.
technical side, like what this means, right? Because this project, right, it's been one of the most challenging projects for us, and the reason for this is that there are quite a few things that are the root of AVNI. At the root of AVNI is the fact that we have uh, villages, and there are community health workers who work in those villages. It is their area, and that is how. And they might be supervisors who might get a slightly bigger catchment area, and they'll get details. Now, this whole idea about the QRTs coming in was actually trying to do a lot of work on this one piece. And what this means is, let me share my screen. Um, so one is that we use at Avni, right? So it is completely offline, which means there is an offline database that is kept in sync with a central database. So anything that changes in the catchment is informed to the central server. Any changes that somebody else has made there comes back here. Now that is very simple, right? Now in QRT, what we are doing is the geographical area is huge. So the number of users are huge. What that means is that we have to now only have a smaller number of beneficiaries in the QRT's device. So that meant that this whole catchment thing that we've been doing now has to be dynamic. So that was one thing that we were trying to solve. Uh, so and we didn't have that, and this was one of the things that we had worked on during this time. Obviously there were some other smaller features that came out because of the work with APF, which is one of the things being the training needs and users being able to report what their training needs are on a monthly basis. But this one, let me show you with an example of how this works. So let me share my screen. I hope you can see two or
Now it is one.
yeah, I'll just fix that. Yeah, I hope you can see two Android devices on the screen.
Yes.
Yeah. So on the left hand side, this mobile phone belongs to a Poshan Sathi. As you can see, the screen is a bit more colorful, and it has a lot of numbers. Each are required for the Poshan Sathi to understand their daily work. So the first one is about the monthly training done, how many enrollments are there, how many high risk pregnancies are there that need to be monitored by the QRT, and things like that, right? On the right hand side, this is the screen that an ANM or somebody from the QRT team would look at. And as you can see, this is very, very different. This is the default screen that Avni comes with. We've not built a dashboard like how we've built for Poshan Sathis, mainly because the number of Poshan Sathis are much, much bigger, and they need like something like this would actually make sense for a bigger group of people. Okay. Now, let me open up one person here. I'm going to come here, search for, okay, let me come here. So there is somebody called Salama Murmu, who is on the uh, Poshan Sat, sorry, who is on the device of the, um, what is
QRT.
that? QRT, correct. So let me search here also. They are on both the devices. Now, one thing you notice here is it says that to be monitored by QRT is yes. Now, this is one field that is there on both these devices. And what happens is for the person, for the Poshan Sathi, the Poshan Sathi will get this person, will have this person on his or her device, irrespective of the value of this field. Whereas for the QRT, they will only get if the to be monitored by QRT is yes. Now I'll make a small change to make this no. Okay. The reason I did this is because I have this person as severe anemia. I mean, usually this is not how things work. People would, the anemia value will actually change in the next ANC visit. But for a demonstration purposes, I'm going to change the value of HB to a good value, which makes this person move out of high risk. Okay. So now if you see the system recommendations is an automatic field that says that to be monitored by QRT is no. Now, when I save this, and then once this gets synced, right? I hope that sync happens now. Okay. So now it's gone. We know that it is there in this device. I'm going to just hit a sync button. Come back and then search for the same person. And you can see that it's removed. So that's what uh, makes the QRT use case really work. It kind of makes it lightweight, and in from that, I mean, that is one of the biggest reasons why we could actually get the QRT use case work on the Android device. And this essentially means that so what happens is there's a queue of all the patients that need to be going to a particular device, right? So now what we are doing is selectively both adding as well as removing from the queue in a dynamic basis. And from an engineering perspective, this is a very, very hard thing to do. We are thankful to APF to actually have given us a challenge to get this done. And now this feature is available. It can be used by anybody else who wants to use Avni. Uh, at this point, the dynamic variation is not being used by anyone, although the static variation of looking at a particular field and moving it to the right kind of device is existing across, I think, two or three more implementations. That's all I wanted to talk specifically about this implementation. To stop sharing. You can open this up for questions right now. That's one thing I wanted to share before we opened it up.
Okay, I think Vinay, the first question is for Avni team only. So if you can.
Sagar, we're not sure what you mean by getting login credentials.
How this system works where your team is unavailable. You're saying.
When our team is unavailable.
Yes.
Login credentials usually what happens is, right, an organization gets the ability to create login users. So once an org is set up, right, there will be an admin in that organization. They can start creating login credentials for their own team.
And also they can change their passwords, all that things, reset
Yes.
their login credentials also.
Yes. So the admin in that organization will be able to do it. There is no dependency on the Avni team to do these kind of basic activities. I hope that helped. Any other?
Hello.
Yeah, Sagar?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to log into the AVNI application to use it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question how to get the credentials for user ID and password because there is no sign up option is there available.
So there is no direct sign up option, but if you go to
Yeah.
the website, right? So we've not,
Mhm.
I mean, that was one thing that I had shown on the features to be built is to be able to have somebody directly sign up. But what you can do is there is that if you go to the website, right, there is a try for free option where you can give your like fill in that form and somebody will get back to you. That is one way. The other is if you just want to try it out, right? On the website, there is something called demo.
Okay.
On the demo, there are a bunch of login IDs provided for different, like for how it's been used in multiple scenarios. So if you log in with each ID, it will give you a feel of how it's done for that particular use case. I'll just paste the demo link on here.
Another question from Abhijit Mishra. Can we use AVNI application on our own for the project we implement? Please take it.
Yes. The short answer is yes. The long answer is obviously it depends. If you have somebody who's capable at your end who can understand and build these forms, you can do it by yourself. If get an account and see if it will be useful. If you feel there needs to be some kind of a training, the team can actually arrange for training as well. And if you feel that is not sufficient, you need somebody to actually implement it, then that's where we do, like for example, complex implementations like the project that we talked about, that is completely created by us. So all three options are available.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Ashish.
Good evening. I am Ashish from Bolangir, Odisha. Thank you very much for this beautiful presentation of both project and the technical ways. For that, we can see the success in a nutshell within a fraction of seconds. But is there any possibility to start such kind of program in our area?
Shantanu.
Yeah, Santana, could you
Yeah. So,
please?
Ashish, thanks for the question. So, like in foundation, we are working, we have a geography. Now we
Okay.
are in the 4 blocks right now.
Okay.
And we are spreading this because, from this presentation also, you have seen that how intense is the work.
Yeah.
So slowly we are moving and we are not, because foundation will be here in Odisha for a longer period. So slowly we'll replicate this strategy in other blocks also, but not in a huge scale. That much I can tell you. Maybe
Okay.
from 4 blocks, we can go to another 4 blocks, because that needs a lot of involvement, a lot of technological stuff, a lot of things, a lot of data. So we'll go slowly. I cannot assure you right now that when we'll reach Bolangir for this project, but I can assure you that in some of the parts we'll reach with this project in 1 or 2 years.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Vinay. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thanks, Vinay. Hi, Shantanu. This is Pooja from Mysore. So, very nice work. Yeah, it's very great to see that the groundbreaking efforts which you guys are doing. Great job. So, I just wanted to know, like, you are working a lot with the government sector, Anganwadi workers and everything at a scale, and the scale is really huge. So how easy or difficult or challenging it was for you to train, like there must be like lots of Anganwadi workers, and did government sector ask you for any security audit for the app? And how did you go about it? Yeah.
Can I take this question, Santana?
Yeah, please, Ramesh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pooja, really, this is good questions. Actually, when this project initially start in this 4 block, basically in 2022, around October, November.
Ramesh, please
Our,
louder, please. Ramesh, your voice is,
yeah.
I don't know it is for my side or everybody.
Sorry. So at that time, say, our field partners, even the community volunteers or other project teams, they are facing different types of difficulty. Even in initially, our community volunteers not allowing the Anganwadi workers, ANM, like in VHSND point, our community volunteers are not allowing to VHSND point. For the growth monitoring sessions, Anganwadi are denying to Poshan Sathi. They are saying, see, we are doing our work, where you are coming, like that. Then gradually they have built up regular coordination with their block teams along with their sector supervisors, and they, in if you see now, they really seem that they are helpful and how this help. Suppose you will take one example for Anganwadi workers, they are doing this growth monitoring data, all that things in their Poshan tracker. But these Poshan Sathi, yeah, community volunteers really help them when they are doing their growth monitoring sessions and all that. So now there is no any difficulty in the field, but initially they are facing different types of challenges to work with the community, with the systems.
थैंक यू रमेश. तो आपने कुछ चेंज किया था गवर्नमेंट को कन्विंस करने के लिए कि पोषण साथी भी लाइक वी विल डू इफ देयर इज अ वैल्यू प्लीज या विल डू इट अलोंग विद यू. तो उनका भी कुछ पोषण ट्रैकर है गवर्नमेंट का. So like how did you convince then, like, you know, that this could be the also useful? Or
Okay, let me take this question, Ramesh.
Okay.
So first of all, as I mentioned during presentation, we are not doing any kind of duplication, right? We are not doing any kind of duplication in government work. So that is the first and foremost thing. We are here to support government. So whatever data, whatever system they are using, that is their system, that is portion tracker. We are not showing this AVNI thing to them. Even we are not taking it to them. This is from this, so the same your weight and height or weight and length data, our portion sathis, they are entering into this AVNI app. The same VHSND data, they are entering into this AVNI app. So from that, whatever analysis point, whatever data decision point is coming out, we are taking those issues to the department, to the local government. That is number one. Number two, yes, the WCD, especially from the top level, WCD department, they are also asking us how things are going in these 4 blocks. So we want to learn few things because we are working with the system. It is not that system is going somewhere, we are going somewhere. So it is a kind of a team effort, but we are also not doing any work of Anganwadi worker. Let me clarify you again. Anganwadi, they are doing their work. Asha, they are doing their work. We are just facilitating the process. And we are finding out there is the gap. And from that, government of Odisha, they have replicated, like I was mentioning, this hamlet-based feeding where there cannot be any center due to the population criteria. We started this thing in one of the block in Odisha, and now government of Odisha, they have taken this strategy and they are doing it in 1,700 villages. So that is where we are. So even for the training program also, we are doing the need-based training. It is not the entire training thing that we are giving. I think, I hope I have given.
Understood. So I understood that you're complementing the government efforts, not duplicating the efforts.
Right,
Thank you.
right.
Yeah, but it's a challenge to work with the government always. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I agree.
Yeah. Thank you, Shantanu. Thank you, Ramesh.
Yeah, any other question? We have 3 minutes left, I think, Binay.
Yeah, I was hoping to see if anybody else wants to put in. Maybe I don't know who else is from from APF. I know for sure that Shubhamita is there. I don't know if Shubhamita, do you want to say anything different about about the program, about the implementation, something you noticed that maybe was sharing? if you're in a position to talk.
Yeah, hi Vinay. Hi everyone. So yeah, just now I returned from the field work. So yesterday only I was there with the team, APF team. It was nice to be the part of APF along with Avni. So yeah, hi everyone. I'm working as a L1 support engineer for Avni, and I'm supporting the APF for their community nutrition program. Sorry, I'm not bit well. So yeah, it was nice contributing the journey and supporting the users those are facing any challenges while using the Avni. So it's been a great journey, and I wish a good luck and everyone who is present here means from the APF team that they are doing a very fabulous work in supporting the government in community nutrition program. So that's all from my side. Yeah, thanks.
Sorry for putting you on the spot. If there is nothing else, we will probably call it a wrap 15 minutes ahead of time. Thanks everyone for participating. This recording will be shared along with the presentations. The recording will be uploaded to YouTube. And in case you want, you need to contact any of us, you can talk to, you can send an email to Avni Partnerships at samanvayfoundation.org. And in case you want to contact us, or even if you want to contact Shantanu or Ramesh, and we'll direct it to the right place. I didn't want to put everybody's contact here, and that's the reason it's here. But in case you want to contact anybody, we can facilitate that. Once again, thanks a lot for attending, and have a wonderful day.